Kearney will be looking for a nice early start. Massive crowd. Referee Mr. Paul McBlain. Another young man getting a chance at the top. Hermanson. Just waiting to get right into the action amongst this Warrior pack. The Roosters with the breeze at their back. Very tough first 40 about to unfold. Nice early touch too. The Fettu Taiwa to bring it back, cuts a high one. Now already Paul McBlain has a difficult one to handle. This one will be on report. No doubt about it. And Hermanson with the first tackle probably on report.
Well, Hermanson showing a bit of old-style front row work there, straight in, letting him know he's the boss on the field out there at the moment. Also, referee, a new referee out there, McBlain, under pressure. He's an inexperienced guy also, Graham.
Well, they get a chance to settle down. Hermanson with that high shot. He won't want to stay high again or he'll be gone. Iro went for the big shoulder charge. 45 metres out for the Warriors. Okasini, head down, just short of the 50. Plenty of power through the forwards. Tua Mavavi. The Roosters looking for some big shots. Kearney. Now again, McBlain is going to have to settle them down. If he doesn't take action, and strong action, he'll lose control. Somebody might have to cool their heels in the bin. Crowd wants blood. Ricketson this time, both tough judges in to give a report. The warning again about keeping tackles down. Must admit he's got to take a strong hand.
Well, he does have to take a strong hand. Luke Ricketson, not normally a dirty player being foul or cheap shots in, but the referee, he's the inexperienced man on the park out there today. I think Coach Phil Gould knows this and certainly will instruct his players to put plenty of pressure on him.
Namu to look out towards the sideline. Straight into the lineup goes Vangana, takes it down to the 20. Fumbles, Tuamavati puts it down. So the early chance is lost. Now Iro with a good short baller, trying to stretch them on the early tackle. Goes looking for some more work himself up the middle, drags three defenders towards him. Well, Toddy, a nice explosive start for you.
Yeah, we certainly knew it was going to be explosive. All the front row is pretty fired up out there as Larry takes the ball up. They all want to be known, but there's a big, strong breeze behind the eastern suburbs back, so that's going to help them. So look for a big kicking game from them. They'll be trying to beat the ball right down there, but plenty of feeling in this game as the referee falls over as well.
Brought the loudest roar so far. Fettu Taiwa brings it back midfield just outside his own 20.
Fettu Taiwa is a player that revels in this sort of situation. He likes confrontation. He's as tough as they come. He'll get involved right throughout the game.
Punishing defence on Hoppy. The Warriors have scored 36 tries this season. The Roosters have picked up 30. Auckland has conceded 28 though. The Roosters only 23. Big tackle from Hermanson. Reputation's on the line here in front of test selectors. Okasini just short of halfway as they set for the kick. Alexander puts it out over the chalk on the fullback. It comes for a handover. Not a good set of six. Stumbling set of six by the Warriors.
Yeah, it was. They didn't finish off as they'd like to, but the New Zealand selectors have got a smorgasbord of aggression out here to watch today. Plenty of fire being shown by all the forwards.
Lamb was looking for runners, couldn't find anybody. In the end, he paid for it. Jim Smith Roosters with a good opportunity now on the 30. Hermanson took his eyes off the ball. No doubt about it, he had a look at the defensive line.
Well, he had a Hydro Cassini in front of him. That's why he had a look. You can't blame him either. Hermanson's a big tank of a guy himself, but Hydro was coming up on him and he was going to step all over his threats.
Scrum midfield. Dean Bell. Blake. Hoppy in for some work. Called to run around by his captain. Warriors have won 2 of their Sunday games here at Ericsson. They still have points to make up after having those points taken off them just as this ball was stolen of Bocassini. Iro the culprit. Namu to go for the sideline.
Yeah, a little bit of an experience coming in there. The Warriors have got to settle down, play their game. They can't be sucked into the eastern suburbs firing and trying to belt each other. Warriors just got to play their own game. Haven't seen the kicking game come in from eastern suburbs yet. A few tired boys out there, a lot of stinging defence going in.
Smith goes alone to the defensive line. Kearney with the tackle over the top. Switch of play with Lamb. Iro at his best running wide. Poor finishing by the back line. Just couldn't get it right.
Well,
Big
Tony Iro's already shown what a handful he's going to be if he gets himself out wide out there. They are looking dangerous, but the referee's got to keep these sides apart.
Alexander on the break. Werrett, quickest man in the game, catches him from behind. Looking for an extra quick play of the ball. Now the Warriors fire up. Namu, wide. Sloppy ball for Bell. 12 metres away. The Roosters put on the rack. Namu. Tilmavavi. Trying to hold their line, the Roosters. Alexander. Plenty of play out wide for Rapati. Taiwan. Back in field, no support. Well, they left him posted. He did the right thing. Nobody got to him. Somebody on the inside might have had a try. Roosters trying to get it outside their own 20. Again, great defence. Smith slowly to his feet. Lamb right up the middle. The Roosters looking for counter-attack, down to their last tackle. Iro keen to run it. Iro, wear it outside, he's gone. Forget about it. The Roosters did this so brilliantly, last tackle and all. They gambled and put a smile on their own bench.
Well, you can gamble when you've got a giant like Tony Iro being able to run like this on the Ansett replay. It shows a little bit of a dummy. Iro's got the pace of a winger. He knows that coach Frank Endicott's looking at this. And there you got the quickest man in the game to finish the try off. Great work.
Yeah, good stuff from the Roosters there. The defence just didn't move up with the Warriors. Have a look at the defence. They stand off on Iro, and he's got plenty of pace, the big fella, and he wants to prove a point here. He hasn't played that well for New Zealand over the years. He's here to prove a point in front of the selectors. And Shane Werrett, one of the fastest players in the game today. There's no way they're going to stop him when he gets into the clear as he goes over for the Roosters' first try.
24 years of age, Shane Werrett. His first try of 95, so well set up by Tony Iro.
And if you look at the Kiwi forward pack, without any doubt, Lomax is going to be one of the front rows. Steve Kearney's going to be one of the second rows. There's only a couple of spots up for grabs here today, and with a run like that from Tony Iro, he's got to be prominent in the selectors' minds.
Ericsson's been stunned somewhat by that comeback from the Roosters. Time for a chat. Dwayne Mann says this is how we got it wrong. Gorgeous day. Superb day for football. Mackay has all sorts of problems trying to keep this one on the mound. Thought they nearly had the chance themselves down at the other end. Got caught napping. Graham Mackay, 66% this season. 10 metres in. Looking for the perfect start. Hooks it. But it is the Roosters that grab first blood through Werrett. In front of the big house, 4-0. Okasini setting the Warriors up for this restart. Explosive start from both sides. Big shots in defence. The first break coming for Sydney City Roosters. Lamb just waiting to hand it off. Hermanson crashes through one, takes it out to the 20. Smith, James Smith, ball and all by Bell. Now Lowry.
The referee allowing the Warriors to be way offside. None of them at all back to 10 metres from that last play of the ball. He's going to have to watch it, or there'll be too many confrontations for him to handle.
Joe Vangana just hanging an arm out, warned by the referee to keep his tackles down. Down to the last. Andrew Walker. Too strong. Breeze at his back. Couldn't quite judge it. All the way back on a handover. Just got to realise the strength of this breeze today. Dwayne Mann. Edwards. Mistakes have been made with their hands. Come off the ball a couple of times. Dwayne Mann screaming for the penalty. Switching. Alexander goes back the other way. Namu. Rapati well taken. Now for Bell to keep it alive. Just looking a little bit flat. Namu gives Hoppy a bit of a head start on Mackay. Went back in field, picked off by Hudson. Alexander on the last. He's going to go wide. Knocked back, straight into the Roosters' hands. Eastern Suburbs handling this opening very well.
They are handling the opening well. They're going exceptionally well. They're probably on top at this stage. This was a difficult bomb to take. Ball forced back, fortunately for the Roosters there. But really, the Eastern Suburbs forwards are probably on top at this stage. This is the guy that's causing the most damage because he can do that. He's a giant and he pops the ball anywhere.
Lowry, big don't argue for Dwayne Mann. Still short of their own 40. James Smith. Just happy on most occasions, the Roosters, to pick up 5 or 6 metres, running one out amongst the forwards. Walker settling on a midfield bomb for Blake. Blake puts it down. 6 more tackles. They tested him, came up empty, Blake. Now a chance for Reese again. Inside the 20, Tony Iro. Allowed plenty of room to move, plenty of time to pick a mark. Great tackle in the finish, though, by Hitro. Lamb, Hermanson, standing on the fringe. Walker, taken by Namu, wants to get up quickly. They hold him down. Lowry, good short ball for Hermanson. Hermanson just steamrolls. Tell you what, there's a bit of a nip in the breeze today. As far as the Warriors are concerned, they've been caught stone cold. 8-0.
Well, I just mentioned I felt the Eastern Suburbs pack were on top. One of the reasons because they got Warriors, they got players like Larry who can offload, and they got tanks.
Yeah, great work there from the two front rows, Eastern Suburbs. Great to see them working together. They've got a point to prove here. But the thing about Jason Lowry, like there, he can pop balls. Hermanson, not known for his ball popping, hits it straight up, and he's hard to pull down. Great try to Terry Hermanson.
Absolute nightmare for Blake. Just put down a bomb. Now look at this. Straight through him. Terry Hermanson serving out a nice warning for a New Zealand test position. 109 kilos. Big man making a mark. Mackay again, unsuccessful from out wide. And unsuccessful again. Keeps the Warriors well placed. But this crowd is shocked at 8-0.
Well, it's a great crowd here today, but they are stunned at the moment. Very fortunate for the Auckland Warriors, though, that Mackay's kicking's way off. Two fairly easy kicks that he's missed out there, and really, the score could be a lot worse.
2 tries to Sydney City. Warriors having to pick up the pace. Junee. Successful transition for Junee from rugby union to league. Roosters nicely into their stride. Plenty of confidence now amongst the Sydney City side in the forwards, Toddy.
Yeah, it certainly is. Larry and Hermanson are working very well. Well, the whole forward pack are working well, and that's paving the way for the Roosters side. But Steve Cooney's gone back on from the blood bin and apparently has 22 stitches in his head. So I don't know if that'll affect his game, because they need a big performance from him.
Of course it'll affect his game. How can you play with 22 stitches in your head?
Well, he's back out there.
Don't you reckon, Toddy? Would you like to go on with that?
Well, I would have, of course I would have, Lowy. I'm a front row, I've got no brains, you know that. Straight out there.
That is one comment you did not have to make. 3-1 those penalties. Smith. The Roosters again just breaking tackles. Warriors starting to drop off. Lamb, Lowry, they're just jumping in the queue. 10 metres away only on the switch from Walker. Hudson keeping it up for Walker again. He tried to keep his hands free. Hudson, nowhere to go. Just a couple of metres away, but they're running out of tackles. On the last, on a short side, Lamb won't stay in there. Good thinking, it was just too strong. Back to the 20 it goes.
Well, it was good thinking, but poor execution here. Really, there was a try on there if they had kicked it properly.
Junee had the head start on everybody. 30 out, Rapati. Breaking tackles, looking for support, finds it in Dwayne Mann. Kearney. Somebody's got to get something started for Auckland. Alexander. Pushed out the back, not required. They'll get 6 more. That's a bonus. They needed a break. Now they've got it. Wakasini. Tuamavavi pushing it out the back. Namu. Does Tony Iro. Back for Edwards. Alexander. Taiwa. Back infield for Alexander. Out over the sideline. Their best chance, but great defence in the finish by East.
Well, this was great attack shown here. Gene Namu starting it off, getting around Tony Oro. He would have liked that because he used to live with Tony Oro. But great work coming on here. Could have really been a try, and it could have been a try to East at the other end.
Important call here from the touch judge. Is he out over the sideline? Well, he looked to be in mid-air, then put his foot down. Touch and go. McLean has now got the Warriors for not staying in the scrum. Walker to take some of the heat off. Always so hard to judge a breeze. Just how many points do you think this is worth for the Roosters in the first 40, Tony?
Well, it's definitely a big advantage. They're not using the kicking game like I thought they would, but it's got to be worth a good 12 points. And, you know, they're certainly proving that at the moment.
Well and truly on the way to achieving that. Hermanson.
Graham, I'd be real surprised if they don't finish off these all their sets of 6 tackles in the first half with big midfield bombs to Phil Blake, because he does find them uncomfortable.
Great defence on Lowry from Tuamavavi and Kearney. Hermanson. 35 metres away for Sydney City. Lamb. Walker. Bombing away wide now for Hoppy. Hoppy and Blake. Nobody talked. And a little knock on at the end of it. That breeze is going to will make it a real struggle for everybody, but they looked and sort of left it for each other.
Yeah, they call it a bomb now, but it's the old-fashioned up and under, and it's the perfect weapon for this type of breeze in this situation.
McLean just warning the Warriors backline. They have the scrums. Lamb, so much more possession, starting to aim up for the Roosters. Was the ball stripped? Not so, says McLean. Midfield and just outside the 20 for a quite struggling Warriors outfit. Kearney. Wagana. Just don't know that the forwards are quite deep enough today. Kearney trying to step. Still unloads. Alexander. Bell. To the 40 they go. Alexander again. And Namu. He can't find a way through Tony Iro on this occasion. Trying to get it away from Juni. Plenty of time for the chasers. Paiwa. So much better in the chase. They need a good set of 6 now in defence. Long, slow play of the ball from Juni, trying to allow some of his teammates time to get back. Straight across the paddock, trying to straighten. Mackay off his wing. Strong tackle down low from Okasini, but he will be penalised for letting him go. So all that good work is going to be undone. And no doubt Hermanson and Lowry, as I said, are out to impress the test selectors. Huey McGann is sideline with Brent Todd.
Well, Huey, a feast of players out there to choose from today, isn't it?
Well, it's a good matchup for a lot of the players. Hermanson, Lowry, Vagana, who's put himself in contention, Okasini. So it's a good hit out for a lot of them, and Gene Namu also. Now,
Johnny Lomax could appear to have one of the Test front row spots. Who's the leading contender for the other one?
Well, I wouldn't say it was clear-cut for John. Obviously, with his condition at this early stage of the year, only just coming back, it could be open for anyone. But if you're going to start with anyone, Jason Lowry, the incumbent.
Tony Iro, impressive, isn't he?
He's been playing extremely well last couple of weeks, and he's shown just what he's worth to us in this game here so far with his wide running. And I hope it's something that Frank and I need to talk about and may come into contention also.
Thanks very much, Huey.
Good on you, mate.
Lamb. Last tackle against Sydney City. Again, they switch to the short side. Iro laid on one, lays on another. Simple play, but perfect execution. execution from the big back rower who is enjoying his return trip home.
Well, I think Tony Ira's got an earpiece listening to Hugh McGann. Said he may come into contention. May come into contention, all right. What else is he going to have to do? This was outstanding second row work from the big fella. Have a look at that, Hughie. You won't miss that. I think he's just about got his jersey booked.
Yeah, well, it put a big smile on Hugh McGann's face, but beautiful little blindside move here from the Roosters. Defence didn't move up. The winger caught napping, and Roosters in for a great try.
They got caught short. Plenty of numbers here. Good cutout ball. Hoppy had to try and pick up somebody. Got left with nothing. Darren Journey. 4 tries in 95 for the Roosters fullback. And nothing to cheer about for the Warriors fans. Dean Bell trying to get this team up and running. Walker, 50% for him this season. Can he improve things? Just wide. They are doing it in tries, the Roosters. 12-0.
Well, 12-0, but the scoreline could be a lot worse. They could have easily had another 6 points on top of that. Tony Ira in absolutely devastating form. It's well known I'm a fan of his, but he's in great form.
3 tries to Sydney City, and no reply as yet from the Warriors. Hermanson. Back they come now with Lowry. They are just dominating midfield. Little fumble there, not picked up by McBlain. Ira doing everything. Where it is on the fly. Fedetaiwa has to hurry, gets a good bounce. And does his man. But not the second time. Yes, he does. Quite a duel between the two. Hoppy. 7 missed tackles against the Warriors. Bell. Tony Ira with a flying start to this game. Dwayne Mann. Well and truly on their heels, Auckland. Kearney needing a big play. Alexander out the back for Rapati. Could not get away from Adrian Lamb. Kicking into the breeze. Journey with plenty of time and plenty of territory in front of him. Good chase and tackle from Bell. Hudson. Well, Roosters are probably saying to everybody, what's everybody been talking about with this awesome atmosphere at Ericsson?
You're trying to tell me it's not awesome. It's absolutely fantastic out there. The drums going well. And I must give an apology to the drummers. I said they're Western Samoans. They're Cook Islanders and they're going wild there today. But that's because of Tony Iro.
Smith. James Smith. 5 away from the sideline. And on the last tackle for Sydney City. Blake again with a bomb. This time he comes up with it. And draws an ironic cheer from the crowd. Taiwa finding his man. Rapati. Great save by Janee. Now they're looking for the quick flow. Edwards standing for a long time. Back to Rapati. Namas, somebody's got to get started. Dwayne Mann, head down, picks up another couple. 38 away, the Warriors. Through Alexander. They go wide for Bell. Bell wanted somebody to come in field. Hoppy. Breaking a couple of tackles. To Tupu. Long advantage was played by McBlain. Now Alexander wants to get on with it. Couldn't find his mark, Alexander. Now he does. Tuamavavi right in front of the post. Left or right. They stay with Alexander. Trying to dummy his way through. 5 metres away only. Blake, easy for Bell. No problem. There was just a hint about a double movement. I don't know that anybody had his momentum stopped. 12-4.
Well, I think there might have been a bigger hint of a double movement here. Looked to me certainly like Dean Bell stretched out again. Whether or not he was stopped or not, I don't know, but make your own mind up.
Yeah, great work there from the Warriors. Hit the blind side, and Dean Bell, it was his birthday yesterday, so he's leading by example. No celebrating last night, but if he keeps up this form, he'll be celebrating tonight.
No problem, got the nod from a touch judge. Now his momentum was not stopped, and Journey was too late on the scene. That was okay. Second try for the skipper in 95, who keeps on defying them at 33 years of age. At last, something to stand up and cheer about.
Well, it was a good try from Dean Bell there. No doubt about it. They really need it, but only the second penalty that's been given for sides not being back 10 metres in defence. That was the key. The Roosters weren't back 10 metres, but I think the Warriors are going to have to watch it also. Both sides encroaching on that rule.
Finally, the big crowd sees the Warriors find something of their best.
And Graham, you think these Sydney sides are struggling when they come over here to Ericsson Stadium? How's France going to handle it when they come over here on the 9th of June?
This wind is causing all sorts of problems for the Kickers. Namu back on the 20. The strength of that breeze makes it so important for the Warriors to get on deck. Namu trying to kick into the teeth of this breeze. Never had the legs, but they're on deck. It is still all tries, 12-4. 3-1 in the try scoring department, and they are still crowing about the way they've started. Three tries to one, Sydney City with this 8-point spread. Tatupu, a fresh man out there, just short of his 20. The try might really spark the Warriors up. Great defense by Sydney City. Dwayne Mann went the wrong side. There was nobody out there.
This is where the Warriors are in a little bit of trouble at the moment because they're not getting over the advantage line. They've either got to, if they can't come straight up the field, someone's got to scoot out a dummy half and get across the field and disorganise the defence of the Roosters.
Kearney improving it somewhat towards the 40. Now for Alexander, trying to drive it low into this breeze. Juni. Really comes down to the forwards again, Toddy, in situations like this.
Yeah, it certainly is. In that last set of 60, only one Warriors front row took the ball up. They left it up to the wingers and the centres. They've got to get in there and take the ball up. Hydro, Cassini and the rest of them have got to lead from the front. They've got to do that if they want to win this game.
Warriors possession stats starting to even up a little better. Ricketson. Hermanson. Straight through Dwayne Mann, more than a handful for four of them. Iro has been living on the short side. Paul Smith, good chip and chase, he might win it. Blake had to motor. Plenty of confidence from Sydney City to come back with nearly another one.
Well, this was a fantastic play. That good move there, but also good work from Blake. A cool head and an experienced head in that situation.
Blake saves one. Now a tough set of 6 ahead. Roosters stood there looking at it. Ricketson. Back-to-back sets of 6 for Sydney City. Well, that's unforgivable. Second tackle and all, they cough it up.
Well, it is unforgivable for more than one reason, though. That was an easy pass that should have been taken, but the dropout was far too short from the Warriors. It only went 22 metres.
Alexander, dangerous from this situation. Midfield scrum gives him plenty of room to work with. Bell. A try helps him celebrate his birthday from yesterday. Handling errors just about even. Okassini. Nothing wrong with the crowd support. They're on their game, the Warriors aren't. Kearney and Iro having a little bit of a wrestle. Tutupu, push back, trying to get his hands free. One more tackle. Alexander trying to spread it to Namu. They were up extra quick. I don't know if you could call that a good 10 metres.
Well, it wasn't a good 10 metres at all, but it's consistent with what he's been doing throughout the game. That's one area he's falling down the referee. He's feeling the pressure here a little bit. He's got to keep the sides further apart.
Starting to show you some of the inexperience for some of these referees that have been forced into top grade because of the Super League drama. Mackay, a dummy half, looking for some work. And allowed to scoot down a short side, a swinging arm from Hoppy. He'll be punished for that. High tackle on Mackay.
Well, uncharacteristic here from Sean Hoppy. Looked a lot worse than what it was, really. Sean's not that sort of player, but he knows he's done the wrong thing, and really, he's getting told off here and they're being penalised, but it's one of those things that could have ended up a lot worse for the Warriors.
Another penalty for the Roosters. Even more defence coming up for the Warriors. Penalties are all square. Not so this scoreline. And the Roosters looking for more. Lamb. James Smith. He and Tony Iro continue to work away on the blind side. Ricketson. Nearly overran that pass from Lamb. Hermanson. They're keeping it in pretty tight and successfully amongst these forwards. Lowry was looking for the ball from Garlick. Right in front of the posts. The last tackle. Iro. Does he make it lucky last again? This time they trap him. This time they wrap him up. So much better defence on Iro. Rapati. Working pretty hard into this big breeze, the Warriors. Okassini. His best charge of the day. Kearney. Normally standing a lot wider and a lot tighter in this game. Namu. Looking for some space for Rapati. Could not get to the outside of the man. Taiwa. Just over the advantage line and now into enemy territory. Alexander chases on for Junee. Wherrett hurries back to assist, but a good strong line from the Warriors. Big chase, big turnaround. Now, can they not make a mistake from this one and give any penalties away?
Well, they've got to force the error, the Warriors here. That's what they need to do. Playing well at the moment. They've lifted up a gear in the last few minutes or so, but they've got to try and force an error.
Just don't seem to be able to peg them down. Lowry. Turn, look for support.
They're not moving up in defence as they should be. They should be trying to meet the runners on as close as possible to the advantage line. That shouldn't be allowed to happen.
Great take. Well read. Taiwa not finished off. Now he is. Thought he heard a whistle. Thought he better check. Edwards.
All the Roosters up offside. There's got to be a penalty coming to the Warriors.
Bell. Out for Blake into the line. Now for Hoppy to go infield. Trying to build. Namu. Alexander. Floating this one for Tutupu. Great ball up for Alexander to get wide. Now on the inside. Taiwa had Rapati, couldn't find him. Looks for the quick play of the ball. Alexander with a real rush now for the Warriors. Namu had support inside. He couldn't find Dwayne Mann last tackle. The Roosters are all offside. Way offside. Now, has he played an advantage? He should have.
Well, I think that's very poor refereeing. The Roosters way offside. No chance whatsoever, really, for the Warriors. It should have been a penalty. If it wasn't going to be a try, it definitely should have been a penalty to the Auckland side. It's an area of the game the referee's letting himself and the game down in.
Toddy, just get the feeling they're starting to find some of their best, the Warriors.
Yeah, well, they certainly are, especially on attack there. But we talked about that referee. The players can sense when a referee's not up to standard. That's why they're getting away with head highs. They know they can get away with the head high or stand offside because they know this referee, he's not up to first grade scratch.
Just outside the 20. It's a good point that Toddy makes, Lowy, is about players playing to the advantage of a referee when they know they can get away with it.
Well, it's a true point as well. I mentioned about Phil Gould, Eastern Suburbs coach, right at the start of the game. He knows this guy's inexperienced, and he'll be getting his players to put that extra pressure on him.
Walker trying to use this breeze. Well picked off by Blake. Good tackle from Paul Smith. But Taiwa is having a busy game.
It's really in the kick returns the Warriors look the most dangerous because the east line is not secure after chasing a kick.
Got about 20 seconds to try something at the death. Just before the break, they'll be able to improve the situation. Inside the last 10. The spread is on. Hoppy puts it down. That is all there is. Bell thought he was away. Comes back for the original knock-on. Bell thought he had a double. Thought he could get away with it. Disappointing start for the Warriors. Big performance by Sydney City. 12-4 on 2 Sports Action. We're back with more after this.
There's been a great first half of football. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm sure you're all enjoying it on Sky, watching out there today. It's great atmosphere. Everything's right for a game of rugby league. Perfect weather. A bit of breeze behind the Eastern Suburbs side in this first half, but the Warriors are going to have it in the second.
Penalties just to the Warriors. First half tackles. They were pretty busy in defence. Overall possession favouring Eastern Suburbs. Possession of the opposition half still with the Roosters, but starting to shorten up. Thought they might have kicked a bit more in that first 40 though, Sydney City. They are behind the 8 ball. As Mr. McBlain just waits for both captains to settle. No goals in this one. And 8 points have to be found by the Warriors. Lowry, head down, straight up the middle. That was the formula that worked for them early. And Hermanson again over that advantage line strongly. Impressive display from him. All-important try from the Warriors just before half-time. Well, Tony, I guess it's a pretty disappointed John Marnie at half-time.
Yeah, as you guessed, he was not a happy man. He wants them to use the wind and have a big kicking game in the second half. He wants the forwards to get in there and get on top. And he just said his last comments were, get out there and go for broke. That was his last comments as the big fellas went walking out. Phil Good on the other time. He wants them to work the blind side. Somebody must back up Tony Iro every time. Big chase on the kicker. And he said to get out there and go for broke because we have not used a replacement yet. So there's plenty of fresh legs to come on.
Blake, good touch and good start to the set 40 for him. Fatu Taiwa, your thoughts, Lowy, about this big breeze in the second 40?
Well, I feel the Roosters might have made a mistake in the first half, not kicking or using midfield bombs as much as they could have, and I think they could find that they've paid for it at the end of the game, because without any doubt the Warriors will.
Namu, good ball up for Rapati to now stand for a long time. Kearney, 22 stitches apparently in that head wound of Kearney. Alexander to Tupu. Still managed to keep it alive, but out the back door and picked up by Taiwa. Last tackle. Big bomb coming down, and right near the post, Juni has a problem. What a great kick. Last tackle, he's got a shift. Brilliant. Well, they were listening. They were listening up top, and they peg it back to 12-8.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to work out these sort of tactics. You've got a howling gale behind you, a good kicker of the ball like Gene Namu. I think that the Roosters are going to rue the opportunities they missed with the kicking game in the first half. This was great play, a good try.
Yeah, good work for the Warriors and a great start to the second half. And what about that kick? We called it the bombs of the go. And watch this pass out from Tony Timavali. And who's there? The Kiwi captain, Dwayne Mann.
Dwayne Mann grabs his third. Starting to really find his mark in 95, this 29-year-old. Crowd had only just settled into their seats for the second spell. Namu to inch closer to try and even find the first goal of the day. He has done just that. The Warriors, they come out praising and singing at 12-10.
Well, great start there from the Auckland Warriors. Exactly what the Drummers needed. They needed something to yell about, and they've got it now. They're banging away good as gold. A great start from the Warriors.
These guys are going to be fit by the end of the year, let me tell you.
Well, they look good as gold to me now. A lot of onus is now on Walker. He dominated, I thought, the half-back 5'8" duel in the first half. He's got to take control again in the second half.
Just the 2 points in it. Lion Red Big League really starting to open up. Last season, the Roosters only won 3 of their 12 away games. This year, they have only won 1 out of 3 so far. That lead that they set up in the first 40 may not be enough. Dwayne Mann looking for a lot more eager runners now. Edwards. Alexander for Kearney, now getting wider. One more tackle for the Warriors. Looking for the kick. Alexander trying to go long. Probably not as deep as he would have liked this one. And a good comeback. Solid form, solid reply from Juni.
Well, I think it was the wrong sort of kick from Alexander then. It should have gone up in the air, not along the ground. Those sort of kicks are too easy to pick up in these conditions. Up in the air, anything can happen.
Still not convinced about the 10 metres from referee McLean. Allowed both sides to stand up on each other. Fumble. Hang on a minute. Just hang on. I think the City Roosters might be starting to get the shakes here at Ericsson.
Well, they're chooks at the moment. That's what they are. That was a pretty ordinary mistake then from Jason Lowry. They're not Roosters at the moment. They're chooks.
You got to tell me the difference? Alexander.
One lays eggs, mate.
Alexander on the blind, well worked. Nearly got away, put down by Lamb. They've found another gear, the Warriors. Taiwa. 30 metres away. Kearney quickly on a wraparound. Still driving right. Rapati. Back infield for Hoppy. Took a heavy shot over the top from Hermanson. Alexander to Namu. Namu stepping well on the inside away from Iro. Last tackle for Alexander. Right up the middle. Alexander needs support. Namu needs to shift. He nearly got it back. I think that pass came off Sydney City. Nearly had a chance to continue on himself.
Well, that was a pretty ordinary end of the set of 6 tackles out, though. Should have been more organisation. The ball should have been kicked up in the air. A chance gone.
Would have been okay if he dragged it back. They've got him pinned inside the 20. Iro trying to get them out of the danger zone. Whatever they took at half-time has worked so far, Toddy.
Yeah, it certainly has. They're playing well. They've come up fired up, and these drums are certainly getting them going. But they're using their brains and using that big breeze behind them. That's going to pay. I don't think 12 points is enough for the Roosters to go into that half.
Mackay battling their way out towards the 50. Just about the entire Roosters outfit are one side of the play the ball. Along the deck, Fedu Taiwa for Blake. Shadowed by Walker and put down.
That was a good chase, that. Warriors lost 10 metres in the running.
Rapati quickly. Hoppy for Namu. Back for Bell. Bell will have support. Can't find Hoppy on the inside. Good quick play, though, to keep it alive. Edwards. They're taking this match to another level. Kearney turned his back, couldn't keep it alive. Quick play the ball, though, and a good one for Dwayne Mann. Now there's a chance. Rapati back on the inside. Alexander. He just looked too late. Second time up, there was a chance on the inside. Crowd knew it. Chance is gone.
Well, the game is about instinct and opportunities. Greg couldn't quite see what was going on then. Ball knocked away, but gee, looks a good player when he runs. Suffered a bit of a knock there, but he's so much more dangerous when he runs with the ball.
Still with the trainer, Alexander. A little bit of a quiet word, no doubt, from John Mooney as well. Scrums favouring the Warriors, the few of them that have gone down so far in this game. Lamb, taken by Alexander. A little bit of byplay between the two. They're flying in.
That's great defence from Alexander.
No need to carry on with it. Alexander's going to be pinched by the touch judge. Let go of punching the tackle. He's going to be called back. Throw it over the top. And not the right place to do it.
He's undone some good work there because he was his second tackle in a row. He really was working good out of the marker, but I think he got a bit frustrated in the end. Just a little bit of a clip, nothing in it really, but it's given away a vital penalty.
Still struggling with that leg injury.
Well, it always pays to limp after you've given a penalty away, I'll tell you that.
I just wonder if there is a right place, Toddy, to let one go.
No, not in front of the touch judge anyway, but I'll tell you the best place is in the scrum, Lowy. That's where you let them go. You would have played with a few front rows and let a few go in their test time, and that's where you do it.
Never instructed your players that way, or did you?
I certainly never seen out instructions like that. I came from Otahu, that didn't come into our game. We used to be able to win without doing that.
Lowry wrestles his way clear. Iro again on this blind side, put down, and the fumble, and a quick turnover. Warriors really back on their game. Taiwa. Alexander. Tormavavi. Heavy shot over the top. That ball was taken in a good tackle by Edwards, who forced the mistake. Namu for Kearney. Hasn't quite found his attacking game today. Now he's milked it. Important penalty comes up for the Warriors.
Well, he mightn't have found his attacking game, but he certainly knows how to milk a penalty. He knows what to do, and it was a penalty that's required at this stage. It's going to put the Roosters under plenty of pressure.
He got it, and this is going to put them down now inside the 20. Denny Lima out there in 27 for the Roosters. Okasini, 15 metres away only as they headed towards the post to Tupu. Another sellout crowd here calling for more. Switches come, and again up the middle for Bell. Well worked right in front of the post. Well read by ARL and Hermanson. Namu. Edwards will be denied about 5 metres away. The Warriors looking for the try to give them the lead for the first time in this game. Bell with big numbers. Surely to Tupu. They won't hold him. Everybody's on their feet, and why not? They were just sleeping, shall we say, in the first 40.
Well, you can put this try down to John Money. The answer replay shows us there. They kept taking the ball to the centre of the field. After that, there wasn't enough defence out wide. Some pretty flimsy attempts at tackling. A great Warrior try.
Yeah, good work from the Warriors. Spun it out wide on the last tackle. They took a gamble instead of not kicking it. But watch this ball over the top. Beautiful basketball stuff here from Tony Tuivasa and Tony Tatapu. He's there, and he's straight out for the try. Good work, Warriors. That's what they need. You can sense a real urgency. Now, good work.
Bell says to the try scorer, Tony Tatapu, and his teammates, this is how we win it. This is our plan. Let's stick to it. Crowd really enjoying this second half. Lion Red Big League well and truly on fire for the Warriors. Namu, 50% today. Another important one, just to give them a little bit more comfort, and he sends it down the middle. Party is already starting again at 16-12.
Well, they like hitting those drums, those boys. I'll tell you what, I reckon they wouldn't mind getting you down there to have a go at that as well, Kersey. Once you haven't got enough beat.
What? Finally, the Warriors have their noses in front. Walker with this restart from the Roosters. Tuivasa, who helped lay the try on for Tutupu. Hoppy. Just wonder if they're going to really try and muscle their way out of here or go quickly to a kick. Okasini. Not much sense in waiting right till the last. Joe Vagana cops a high one. I tell you what, there's been some warnings. Tony Iro might be out of here. It might not be such a happy return to Auckland. He's gone. They're down to 12, and Iro's been sent off. He had to do something. There's been plenty on report today. This one just stretched the point too far.
Well, no doubt whatsoever. Tony Iro coming in with a high tackle here, swinging arm straight under the chin. Doesn't look good at all for Tony Iro. Referee's made the right decision. He's sent him off. And has he penalised his side too much? Are they going to lose the game because of it?
12 men only to try and stop this wave of Warriors. Joe Vagana fires himself up, and they get pinched again. Everything's falling for the Warriors. Okasini straight in. 10 metres out, look out. Dwayne Mann. The Roosters hanging on grimly. Blake, massive backline, big numbers, big numbers. Rapati to Hoppy. Hoppy on Mackay, he's got a forward pass. Well, he called it confidently. Must admit I didn't see too much wrong with it.
Well, I didn't think there was a great deal wrong with it. That was the pass there. It was touch and go. Bit of a tough call on the Warriors.
Players' momentum is all important there, and Bell had moved with the ball. I don't think there was anything wrong whatsoever.
Referee saw it differently, and he's the man with the whistle, Graham. So don't argue with him.
For once, you're going to play to the whistle. How many $10,000 fines did you give away when you were coaching?
I had to stop after the first one. I'm not wealthy like you, Graham.
It's a never-ending well. Mackay right in midfield. Handling mistakes against the Warriors. Getting down midway in this second 40. Ricketson. Been a tough one to handle for McBlain, the referee, Toddy.
Yeah, it certainly has. I feel a bit sorry for Tony Iro. I mean, the referee let a lot of players get away with high shots early on in the game, and now he decides after 60 minutes into the game he'll send somebody else. He should have done it earlier.
No doubt about that. Ricketson. Last tackle, the Roosters trying to spread. Now Lamb heeds the call to kick, pushes it out the back door. Juni. He's taken by Blake. He gives it to Werrett, and he puts the boot to it. Taiwa comes up with a little bit of a juggling act, turns the other way, and Kerwin's still in there in 27 looking for his first touch. Crowd will give him a nice roar to set him started. Okasini. Just wonder about this side now settling down with no Alexander.
Well, he's certainly a big loss when he comes off, Greg Alexander, obviously suffering from an injury. That's a major blow to the Warriors side, but it's a big test of their character now. Someone's got to take control.
Tutupu! Rapani! Rapani! They won't get him! He got up smiling, and why not? They put a nice spread in it now. Put it all down to Tony Tutupu.
Well, Tony Tutupu was watching what Tony Iro was doing in the first half. The answer replay shows us here the big fella showing great evasive skills, stepping off both feet. Then he gives it to the boy from Panama Road, and those Panama Road boys from Otahu know how to score tries. A great one.
Yeah, great stuff from the Warriors, exactly what they needed. Tony Tutupu, what a fantastic step. The Roosters' defence coming up on them reasonably quick too, but Tutupu straight across with a big step there. Now watch the Roosters player get tripped up. He might have caught him, and then he puts Tierro Party. When Tierro Party sniffs out a try, very hard to bring back. Watch him go. Look at the smile on his face, the determination of the big fella as he slides in. Look at that smile. He knows he's just about won it for the Warriors.
3 tries in 16 minutes. And Rapati is having a great season, this 29-year-old from
Panama Road.
Thank you. They thought they were travelling pretty well enough time. In big trouble now. One from Namu. Looking for another one. Big wave going up around this ground, this incredible atmosphere that continues to keep winning matches for the Warriors. Namu trying to put 10 points in it. Unsuccessful, but a long haul still ahead for Eastern Suburbs. The Roosters being waved away at 2012.
Well, it's tremendous atmosphere out here at the moment. The crowd really got behind the Warriors, and that's the sort of thing they need for these home grounds. They've got to take advantage, the Warriors, of the big crowd support, and they're certainly playing their part at this stage.
8 points required by Sydney City. Hoppy. Tutupu again. He's done the damage out wide. Plenty of concerns for Sydney City. 12 men only after Iro was sent off. And Phil Gould, the New South Wales State of Origin coach, in all sorts of bother here in Auckland. Joe Vagana. I must admit, I think he's better as an impact player from the bench.
I've got to disagree. I think that Coach John Marnie's done the right thing, bringing him straight on the field. I think his form warrants it.
Junie. 30 metres out. It is all Auckland. Although, Tony, they still cannot go to sleep.
That's right. You know, you can't go to sleep in any Winfield Cup game because this Roosters side to come out, they've got strike players everywhere, but this Warriors side have just lifted a notch. You can just feel they got the crowd behind them, and when they put big hits on like that, the crowd gets them behind them and they love it, and you can just feel the adrenaline pumping.
Ball was stolen. Prothero quickly back to his feet. It was a strong tackle. And stolen by Joe Vagana. He gave himself up.
In fairness to the Roosters, though, I think the Warriors have been allowed to play up offside inside the 10 metres far too long, and the referee is just ignoring the fact. You've got to be pretty brave to penalise the home side here.
Roosters needing to get on the board right here and now. Shane Werrett beat the first man up, heads it to the midfield for Sydney City. Danny Lima. This crowd still just urging on the Warriors in defence. Vital set of 6 for both teams. Lamb. McCoy. Bouncing out of tackles. Lamb again to try and spread it. Easy towards the post. Just short. They were claiming a try. Sloppy play the ball. They'll be penalised, the Warriors, for picking the ball up in the ruck. And Dwayne Mann gets 10 minutes in the bin. The Warriors are in trouble. Judy's got another one. Now Dwayne Mann is sent to the bin, and they're back at 2016.
Well, they've done very well up to this particular point, the Auckland Warriors. They'd stopped the giant McCoy on the other side of the field. Dwayne Mann getting himself involved in something he shouldn't have done there. It ends up in the sin bin. After that, it was just a quick tap. The halfback's playing a great role in the game at this stage. Pops it back inside to Jason Lowry, who could offload all day. Journey, a great convert.
Yeah, great little work there from the Roosters. A defensive lap there from the Warriors. Just the Roosters keeping the ball alive. Jason Lowry, we know he can pop a ball up, and the Roosters are back in this.
Junie gets the try that gives them a great hope. Warriors were doing it so well. Alexander back out there. Crowd stunned. Mackay. No luck today, but this one is vital. Can he ride the crowd to put them within 2? No mistake. This is going to the wire at 2018.
Well, big Grant Mackay there. First kick of the day for him. He's had a couple of easy ones I felt that he's missed, and that was vital, that one.
Shadows lengthening at Ericsson on a game that is up for grabs for anybody. Reminder too about the New Zealand and France Test Series at Ericsson June 9 and at Palmerston North Showgrounds June 16. What a chance for everybody to see the Kiwis getting together instead of going head-to-head against each other like this.
Well, they're certainly getting stuck into one another. It's a bit like Origin football, I suppose, out there today. No beg your pardons, no favours being asked, all given.
Lima just put off balance. All of a sudden, the match turns back to Sydney City. Digging nice and deep. Junie kicking for Warrett. Blake allows it to bounce, gets a good bounce. Still with this breeze at their backs. I don't know that you want to waste too much time down here.
If I was John Mooney, I'd be sending messages out now. Get it kicked straight away. Never mind the last tackle. Just get it down the other end of the park. The Warriors need field position.
Cohen went up the pace, but he breaks tackles. Cohen, great ball up. Hoppy caught right on the 20. They've got a chance to nail it. Alexander, Fanamu, Bell, Kearney. They've got the penalty. A long advantage played by McBlain. A lot of the players having trouble hearing the whistle. The atmosphere here drowning out McBlain. And Dean Bell thinks about 2 or 4 or 6.
He does. He's got to make the decision here now, but they've got the penalty, but the most important thing they've got is the field position. I felt they needed to do it through a kick, but Dean didn't need to do that. He just made a bust straight up the guts.
Trying to give themselves a little bit of space. Kerwin. It was great support play from Kerwin to give them this chance to set up. Edwards. To Tupu. Time to settle for a favourite move. Edwards. Or even an old-fashioned one from dummy half. They are only a couple of metres away. Alexander trying to spread it quickly. Mocassini upended strongly, 10 metres out. Alexander organising, finding his troops. Kearney! Still Kearney! Did he get it down? He's held up. Great save from the Roosters. Kearney took 3 across his back. Just couldn't get it down.
Well, he's a giant of a man, Steve Kearney. Likes waiting out on the right-hand side of the park. This is tremendous strength and determination. He knows that they need to try here. He's driving his legs. He keeps pumping, but he does get turned over on his back from some good defence.
Still they've got possession, though. Hoppy on the blind side. 5 metres away. The toughest ask in rugby league, holding teams out for 2 sets of 6. Bell. The numbers seem to be on the outside, not inside. They stay the same side for Mocassini. They rush into dummy half. Mackie just held up and loses the ball. Jason Mackie realised nobody was there for the play of the ball. So a mistake.
Well, Jason Mackie rushed up there. He could see no dummy half there. The young fella from Takahiwai just knocked the ball on. An unfortunate mistake. But if he wasn't there, the Roosters would have got it at any rate because no one read it.
Well, that's crazy. Because Lamb was offside, fighting for the ball on Auckland side of territory. Should have been a penalty. Should have been a penalty to come for Auckland.
Well, this referee's made a couple of big blunders in the game, I believe. The main thing shown is under pressure, he's not up to the grade of first grade.
Again, they screw the scrum, Auckland, but they can't come up with a win against the feed. They were looking for a Dwayne Mann special. Ricketson. The game is anybody's still as the Roosters bust out to the 30. Roosters away. Don't forget tonight, the Bulldogs up against the Bears. 10:30, all that action on 2. And the Sydney Country State of Origin trial setting itself up Friday night, 10 p.m. Hopefully we're going to have all the stars back on deck for the series beginning May 15. The Sydney Football Stadium, all the big rep matches coming up on 2 Sports Action. Hoppy. Just a couple of points in it. And Auckland looking for the try that might put the Roosters away. Namu. Kearney got to hand it to Sydney City.
Well, they're playing on guts. That's what they're doing at the moment. They know they're behind with players on the field, but they're playing on guts, instinct, and they're doing a good job in their defence, and they're probably causing plenty of trouble in attack as well. This is a great game by no stretch of the imagination. Is there a finish in sight?
Dean Bell for Hoppy. Away from the corner. Hoppy. Great run from Hoppy, only 8 metres out from the line. Alexander with a long, long ball out. Kearney. Terrible ball back for Bell. That's going to cost him some territory. Well, the original mistake was Kearney, who threw an awful ball for Dean Bell. Try and find a winner out of this one, Toddy.
Yeah, it's very tough. As Lowe said, it's going to be tough at 20-18, but I just feel the Warriors having 13 men on the field and against 12, if they spin the ball out wide, they can come away with the win.
The Roosters, all of a sudden, were looking well and truly out of it when Iro was sent off. But now they still have time and a real chance. Ricketson. Constant roar set up around Eriksson. In behind Kerwin. The big man was 3 in front of him. He does them all! Kerwin! That is a great play. Gets them out of the pressure zone.
The outstanding play from John Kerwin. He's such a fine player when he runs on instinct. That's what he's got to do. Just play to his instinct, which is a running game. Spot the gaps and go for it.
Mackey had a fine game in reserves today. Namu for Kearney. No problems with his hands this time. It is Hoppy again. Back for Bell. Bell! The captain's done it. He's played the knock. There'll be more than just birthday celebrations for the skipper, who has made a real dummy out of the opposition.
Well, using all his experience, Dan Bell, he's always the player, as we see here on the NZ replay, that'll come up with the big play when it's required. He's done it 1,000 times for the Wigan side. He supports here, he keeps himself alive. It was good play from Sean Hoppy. A great dummy then from Dean Bell. He might be a bit aged at the moment, but he's got plenty of gas left in the tank.
Yeah, well, if we didn't know what the outcome of the game was going to be, just look at this try and the determination from the captain. As you said, birthday boy, Sean Hoppy had a great play in this move as well. But look at him pumping those legs, the big captain. He's shown the way. Great stuff, Dino. The crowd's right behind you.
Well, you might have suggested gas. Let me tell you, it is not regular. It is premium unleaded. Great stuff from Bell. And the Warriors looking likely to get home. This kick to make sure of it. Tough day out for kickers in this big breeze. This might be it. Great goal from Namu. Stunning kick to give them the comfort zone, put everybody back on their feet. 26-18 in this sensational second half.
Well, wrap up the chicken. She's all over now, mate. I can tell you that. The Warriors have got this. Not too many feathers left there.
The Roosters looking down the barrel at only a few minutes and searching for miracles. What a finish.
And Graham enjoying this game from the Portland Rugby League Club will be Christine Guttenville and also Grandma Martha. Good day to you, Martha. I hope you're enjoying it.
Hydro fires himself up. Mackie still looking for another one. Well, what a finish, Toddy.
Oh, a fantastic finish. The crowd, you know, they've been doing the wave around the place. The drums have been beating. It's just been sensational down here on the sideline. My heart's pumping and the adrenaline's going. And the Warriors have just shown the crowd what they're made of. They're definitely a top 8 contenders.
Alexander does it so professionally. Second week in a row, they've found a great second 40.
Well, Gene Namu putting the finishes on to a great performance out here. I thought he was a bit quiet in the first half, but he's a good player and one of the best, if not the best player for consistency in the first half a dozen or so games for the Warriors. I know, Graham, all the kids at the hospital out at Middlemore there will certainly be enjoying this game. Qantas gave them a few TVs to watch our telecast, and they'll certainly be enjoying it. And hello to all the kids out there and at the Starship Hospital.
Great defence driving in. I'll tell you what, Lowy, you forgot the Grandma Barbars that we caught up with last night.
What about my mum and dad?
Ricketson. 35 away. Couple of minutes only. Mackay. Left alone by Hoppy. He might still get it. Unbelievable. Not the time to go to sleep.
Well, this was just a fantastic individual try from Graham Mackay, a big-time player, an Origin player, an Australian player, a kick on straight through 3 or 4 players there, but he backed himself, just kept chasing the ball. We used to do this stuff in the backyard, actually. Most kids in New Zealand have done this sort of stuff in the backyard. Kick and chase, grubber it through, a great try.
Well, there's 2 minutes left in this game, or 1:40, I'll tell you, that's a lot of time in rugby league. They're going to get another set, the Roosters. Great stuff there from Graham Mackay. Showed he's got the soccer skills, and he's exactly what the Roosters needed. He's a big lump of a guy, but he showed plenty of agility there. He's over for the try. Just watch out, this game's not over yet.
Ball was off his knees. Crowd a bit concerned as Mackay sprays it. They still need another try and a goal. Just 4 points. And about 60 seconds only. More pressure on the referee with what will probably be one of the slowest restarts in a long time.
Well, this referee's had pressure on him all day. I don't think he's had a happy day out there this afternoon. Really had his patience tested and is still being tested now. They're going to take their time. Why shouldn't they, the Warriors? You get a few more blokes to help build the sandcastle there. We'll have a go at it. That's what I'd be doing. Just eat those seconds up.
Still waiting. And they've milked about 30 seconds. The Roosters will have to do it all the way from their own end. They'll be lucky to get the full set of 6. Somebody's got to gamble. Somebody's got to try something. Blake is short at the back. Careful of a chip and chase.
Yeah, watch for a kick for one of the wingers. It's going to come.
Can they get in behind the line? Hoppy hangs back. Lamb goes wide. Looking for Mackay. Still a chance. Bell's got it. And the captain wraps up the game. A stunner in the second half. The Warriors staying well and truly on track. Trying to prove to everybody, as they did today, late, that they are a real chance at the top 8. The second half gets them home. 2 weeks running, 26-22.